The green light is on and we are underway for practice here in Toronto. An hour and 15 minutes ahead of us for the drivers to head out onto the course and find out exactly what they are made of. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. Cars beginning to venture out onto the track. An hour and 14 minutes to go as things currently stand as well. Cars out there around this famous course. Toronto been on the calendar for nearly 30 years. It's absolutely fantastic to be back. We had 2 years off because of COVID, came back last year, and it was actually quite a cracking race. Now here this year, all set to go once again. The drivers venturing out onto the circuit. Colton Herta was first out, now just getting settled in, ready to go. Unfortunately, it looks like the internet is going to be playing a factor once again this evening with our devices. As it always is, isn't it, really? Cars coming back through pit lane as well, just getting ready. So right now, I can't see the Twitch or YouTube chat. So I want to say hello to everybody who's watching live on JB Motorsports on number 2 on YouTube and on Twitch. We are on Twitch for the remainder of the season across every series. That's IndyCar, F1, F2, F3, MotoGP 2, 3, Formula E, everything. JB Motorsports 2, practice and qualifying will be on live here, but the race will air on the main YouTube channel. And hopefully not too long, because we just had a disconnect as well with our devices, which is always a lot of fun. As we prepare, the cars just getting ready, everything just heading out onto the circuit. Everybody knows what they need to do in this little routine of the practice sessions that they're going to go through. They'll do one cool down lap, then we'll come in, setup begins, and then we will go once more for all of the action. And it's looking very good. Let's go down to the pit lane.
60 car, Tom Blomquist is behind the wheel, filling in for Simon Pagenaud as he still recovers from his Mid-Ohio practice crash a few weeks ago. So Blomquist is a familiar face if you're watching the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Series on regular occasion. He's the full-time pilot for Meyershank Racing over there and has tested for this team in the past and has been tabbed to fill in here this weekend for Simon, and talked to him just a little bit ago, and he said, you know, I'm going in pretty blind to this. Didn't get any opportunity to run sim laps here. I've just watched video. He's got street course experience through some of the other divisions that he's raced through his career, but the biggest thing he wanted to do today was just get on track and learn what he can, and then he said, I just want to sleep on it and try to just apply that better for tomorrow. Today's going to be information overload. Having a night to sleep on it, hit it fresh tomorrow is what he's most excited about, I think. And I love to, he said, you know, I don't really have any goals, but I'm a competitor, and I feel like we can get in there and mix it up. But I want to see how today goes first before I set too lofty of expectations. But I think he'll be fast.
It's already been a good month of July in Canada for Tom Blomquist. If you're watching NBC last Sunday.
Yes, back at the Canadian Motorsport Park as well. In the IMSA series, Blomquist did incredibly well. In fact, remarkably well, it must be said. An absolute top dollar to take the checkered flag. It ended, however, as often things do, behind the safety car. But Colin and Tom doing brilliant. And it's nice to see the British, of course, Tom Blomquist, come into action as our timing screens. Basically, guess what's happened? The laptop's gone massively wrong. As it always does when we try and do one of these things. The timing tower has effectively gone. I see you're trying to do something. Would you like me to absolutely have a nervous breakdown? No, but you're going to do that anyway, aren't we? Let's go check in.
You think that Tom Blomquist will be this guy, Mike Shank's full-time driver in IndyCar next year. This is a golden opportunity. Treat this like a 3-day private test session, not private, but shared test session, where you get to learn a racetrack that you cannot learn any other way, that changes a lot year over year, but at least you get a baseline for what it's like on the streets. That's a golden opportunity. Blomquist has been to places like Laguna Seca, where he'll race in IndyCar if he is here next year.
Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so much experience at all those tracks. So to come to a street circuit, I think is a big advantage if, in fact, his future is secure here. And there's a lot of rumors to that end.
Yeah. I think it is secure, looking at it as well, just to piggyback what the guys were saying there. I think this is the most secure we've ever seen a driver come in as well with Tom Blomquist. Simon Pagenaud, we know he's taken a couple of races out, but Blomquist's got a huge reputation already in the IndyCar paddock, and he's coming here feisty, ready to go, ready to learn as well, which has been impressing, I know, many a people over there in the paddock. So I've got a good feeling. I've got an incredibly good feeling that we're going to see him do well. As our timing screen started working, and hello to everybody on Twitch and on YouTube as well. The system is finally playing ball after a couple of minutes as well. So that's all good. Nice to see everybody here as well from YouTube watching on. Just waiting for the driver tracker to go. But everyone's in the pit lane. So it's like one of those things. Hello to Josh T. We're just sort of waiting for everyone to head back out onto the track. Benjamin Pedersen, first lap time on the board, as you can see. It's a 1:23.874. I must just say, me and Megan covering this race as well. The team have the weekend off, mainly because I was overstressed and working after the British Grand Prix, and I couldn't imagine what the team must have felt during that time. So they've all got the time off. They've all got the weekend just enjoying themselves and relaxing, which is why you're just seeing me and Megan in the com team this weekend. Right, let's go back to button 2, and okay, driver truck is nearly there. What is going on with this thing? If anybody knows what's happening, it's just like it won't go in full screen for some reason, which is really bizarre with the driver tracker. Yeah, even everyone's saying me relaxing. No, I think I know what the problem is. It's because it wants to put the little graphic down there at the bottom, and I don't want it to. There we go. Getting all set. Let's have Alex Palau.
On the run. Copy that, man.
Oh, there you
So just get on a run. Just get out there, see how the car is. Just do a run, basically. As we'll just adjust that. So there we go. Tweet deck's not working now. If it's not one thing, it's everything else. It's because we've probably hit the tweet deck limit, which is stupid by Elon Musk, but we're not broadcasting on Twitter, so we can get away with that. Yeah, it looks like that's failed, isn't it? Oh, well. Oh, well, too much of a good thing, obviously. Try and get all that sorted. Is it going to come back to us? No, we'll let it fester for a little bit and see. I've got another little one box thing somewhere, if I can find it. Do you remember we had it last time? It might have disappeared on. There it is. Oh, I told you. I know where things are. I know where things need to be and how they should be. Blimey, it's getting a bit chaotic now, isn't it? Up in the comms box. Go back to put a note. Cheers this out. Let's go over to the boys.
Poor Santino was wandering the paddock looking for somewhere to eat.
That's why he has a name tag on Hinch's headset?
He's been in the booth, he's been in the truck, he's been in the talent lounge. Wow. And it was actually kind of fun. He said, I have no idea, like I still am. I certainly was before I started doing any TV work. It is kind of shocking, the infrastructure required to broadcast an IndyCar race. And he was marveling at all the cabling that has to figure its way across this track into the compound.
What do you reckon they're doing here? These are slow laps. You just heard on the radio they said you got to do one more.
Bed
I'm not sure if they're
brakes.
betting brakes. Yeah, exactly. There's betting in a.
It has an XL gearbox look.
Yeah, just getting out there, figuring it all out. This is the 14. This is Santino Fucci coming through. So just get out there, see what it's like. It's the most important thing. Do you like the track? Does the track like you? Get into a rhythm. You've got the whole weekend to sort of just plan out your time. Downhill into turn 1. Ferrucci looking very strong as well. We've opened up the full battle computer while TweetDeck has a paddy. Isn't that always the way, though? He's got a driver tracker. Hey, fingers crossed. And I know normally we don't cover the practice sessions in person. We are this weekend because we're across Twitch and JB Motorsports 2. It's just easier because then we're playing it super safe this weekend, so we don't get banned from anybody. Just while we're getting it sorted, because guess what? The copyright thing still hasn't been sorted. They denied the counter notification, so now we're having to talk about emailing actual copyright YouTube through it and saying, look, why have you done this? The company doesn't. It's a massive mess. So for now, that's why we're on Twitch. We literally want both. We downloaded some software, got it working. Hey presto, we're now on Twitch and YouTube, and this is how we're staying from now on. A lot of curbs down there on the track in terms of the 4 drainage covers, and the one that came up last year and it substituted a caution during the race. I don't know if you remember that one, but a slight worry as Benjamin Pedersen goes over them into the last corner. Really weird pit lane here. They swap sides. The pit lane used to be here on the inside line where the racetrack is. Then we swapped sides around about 8 years ago, and it's confused everybody. It's a lot tighter on the inside line than what it used to be. Let's take another look then at the lapped traffic that we've had here. Mid-Ohio, July the 2nd was the last time we raced. Alex Pert on the inside, passing in Benjamin Pedersen. It was a great move because it needed to be a great move. It had to sort of commit as early as possible. Isn't TweetDeck always having a paddy? Always having, yes. Yes, it's always having a paddy. It's just getting annoying, TweetDeck. It's going behind a paywall as well. I'm like, really? You want to put that behind a paywall? There's the emoji signal as well for Pato Award swing and Benjamin Pedersen. And another one from Graham Rahal. Yeah, he would have really been all over the place. This is what he said.
No, he's not even in our race. He's in a race of his own, but anyway, it is what it is. But we lost 3 or 4 seconds in that exchange because of the 55. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, it's give or take in the series, and you know, if I'm a lap down and 55's behind me, who knows what I'm going to do.
All right, you guys are racing drivers. Perspective from both sides. First, let's look at it from Benjamin Pedersen's.
Well, I talked to Benjamin Pedersen at length this morning about this, and he said, listen, I didn't break the rules. I didn't have any warnings from race control. I don't regret fighting to stay on the lead lap with Pelot, but I am a rookie. I'm still learning, and I definitely wouldn't do that again once I fell a lap down. He didn't say this, but I heard from someone else on the team that he was getting a lot of coaching as well over the radio to keep fighting.
Always keep fighting, and I would agree with that to Benjamin Pedersen's statement, because the one good thing that we've seen with this series is that it is so strong. It is super strong at getting lap traffic back up there. If you go a lap down, you can easily come back up, especially in a crazy race. Mid-Ohio was slightly dull. Nothing was really going on. But like when we get to Nashville, Marcus Ericsson was up in the air, came back down and won the race in 2021. So anything is possible. First lap times on the board. Armstrong 104.0319. Stingray Rob second, Blomquist third, Pedersen fourth, Longard fifth, Ferrucci sixth, Castro Neves is in 7th position. I see Josh T's across both decks. He's across Twitch. I'm going to hang around. And on JB2 on YouTube. Yeah, just a reminder for everyone watching on YouTube right now, practice and qualifying is live here. The race on Sunday will be live back on JB Motorsports, back on our main channel. Everyone watching on Twitch, just stay where you are. That's the place to see everything live this weekend across Formula E and IndyCar. Nothing is changing. Everyone on JB Motorsports 2 on YouTube, practice and qualifying here. And if you're watching this on the upload to the main channel, sorry, it's YouTube, not me. But best of both worlds, isn't it? Now that we can stream a lot more. So yeah, please do go give our Twitch some love as well. Josh T, get the Twitch thing in as well. Get everything in there. Armstrong now down to a 103.8989. Rob Blomquist, Pedersen, Lundgaard up there too. Ferrucci, Castro Neves as we ride on board with. This is going to be the lighter blue colours, so that is going to the lighter green side. So that's going to come from Stingray Rob at Dalecorn Racing. This is Benjamin Pedersen coming into turn 13, locking up, and that is the skate block that they have put down to cover some of the exit curbs mid corner, and the skid block's getting there. There's our link to Twitch as well, so that's going good. So it's practice and qualifying live on JB2. The main race is live on YouTube on Sunday. But in case we can't by then, we've got a backup on JB2. Trust me, we're more prepared now than ever in case we get taken off air again. I have had a meeting with YouTube today. I can't say what we were talking about, but all I know is I know it won't happen again. Because we were shown something for an upcoming feature on YouTube, and judging by the nature of that, the things with the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, by the way, would have to change for that to come into effect. So we've got some good things coming through. As we see car 11 of Marcus Armstrong cross the control line. He's fastest still and rocking at the lap times. 11th in St. Petersburg, 8th at Long Beach, 8th at Detroit. That's the street course finishes he's had so far this year. Our 4th street race of the year. As we take a look, some new aero fins I've just noticed on the windshield screen, the aero screen. And he's hit the bump mid-corner coming out of turn 7 and almost put it in the wall there. So he's at that part of the track now, so he's got to take a bit of care. Slides the rear out. Megan's going to be joining us in the commentary box this weekend across everything. So it's going to be interesting. It is going to be fun. Are you ready why this is going to be fun this weekend? Because Ed's with us on Sunday, but Megan's with us for Formula E Saturday and IndyCar qualifying and everything there. So we are going to have a lot of fun with me and Megan in the box this weekend, where it's literally just us. The team need a break. Megan, however, said, no, I'll be fine. I'll come and help. Which is nice. I was perfectly prepared to stand up here and talk to myself for 90 laps on Sunday, but no, it's always how it goes. So we've done about 15 minutes. We've now got 57:53 left on the clocks. And it is Armstrong from Rob, Pedersen, VK, Blomquist, Lundgaard, Ferrucci and Cash Evers at the moment. The latters, 3, 4, 5, Pedersen, VK and Blomquist are out on the track. As you can see on the driver track, there's a few more just beginning to circulate out there. As the driver tracker goes faster and slower across the next hour. Fingers crossed I have to change it to the phone one, because I've just noticed the iPad's at 46% that we're taking off with the driver trackers. So all looking good. Cars still just tuning away in their pit boxes. Really unusual pit lane here. I don't like it. I must admit, I preferred it when the pit lane was adjacent to the start line. It used to be just on the inside, but now they've put all sort of fans there as well, and some shrubbery as well. It's the most unusual pit lane of the year for IndyCar. But this was the scene of the first ever standing start in IndyCar back in 2013. You know, you have those red flag panels we see now, and all the light panels on the side of the track. It was actually one of them, all the way down, that was going in bars up, and when the red bar hit the top, it would change to green. It was fun, but IndyCar don't do standing starts that well. Not with the clutch system, because they don't have the right clutch to build up the revs, drop it and go. There's not like they haven't got an anti-stall, so they were just stalling all the time. And they couldn't get it right. So it was just dropping the clutching and then just going straight away. With an IndyCar, with a Formula 1 car, you build up to around about 12,000 revs. It's already in first gear, holding the clutches, and then on the first start, you drop the clutch slowly out as you gradually put your foot down on the accelerator, and the revs build from 12,000 up to the maximum RPM, and then you change to first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth. In an IndyCar, you can't quite do that as well. So you've got to really sort of go more than 12,000. You've got to go find the middle ground when the engine's not going to go into anti-stall and sort of go, no, not going to do it. So you've got to find that limit. And then because the clutch isn't designed to gradually slip away, you've got to find that buy point where you've got to drop it, but you can't just drop the clutch. You've got to sort of go like that. So you've got to go very quickly to feeding it to dropping it. And it's so hard to get a car, an IndyCar, off the ground like that. That's why you see in the pit stops, they're not revving. If you ever see an IndyCar pit stop or listen to it on the back of our coverage, if you ever see it, they're in the pit box. They're like Formula 1 where they come in and they go, they literally just go there, stand still, down, pedal right down. That's it. That's how you got to do it. Pedal right down and then you just light up the rear tyres and away you go. It's the only way you can get one of these cars off. Why? I don't know. It destroys the tyres and it's time-saving to an extent, but it's because these cars are not built in with the same electronics. That's how it is. So It's a crazy system, it's a crazy world, but that's how we all love it at the moment. On board with Blomquist now in car 60, in the Sidus XM liveried car, the bright purple, of course, sitting in for Simon Pagenaud, who, after having, what was it, 6.5 barrel flips last time out at Mid-Ohio, remarkably so, just decided, yep, I'm not going to do this weekend. He's still ruled out on the concussion grounds, which is a perfectly fair thing, I think. Hopefully he's going to be a lot better soon as we continue to go forward. This is round 10 of the season, the IndyCar Toronto, Honda Indy Toronto coming through as well. In other words, IndyCars are different to Formula 1. Yes, basically. But, Josh T, I'm standing up in the commentary box alone trying to fill an hour of commentary to both new viewers on Twitch and some new viewers on JB Motorsports 2, whilst also trying not to alienate everyone watching this back on the main channel. I'm trying to get across 3 channels. It's really difficult. So at least everyone watching might be like, yeah, you're doing good. No, you're not really doing that well. One more with Blomquist, he's done a lap time. His best lap time, by the way, filling in for Pagenaud, is a 106.2965. Lundgaard's just got up into 6th place, actually, in the 45 lime green. And this is the 20 of Ryan Hunter-Reay hitting a... oh, he's run over down towards turn 1. One of those manhole covers. And he's run over it. And the front tyre just sort of dissimulating under the load as well. It's sort of got from like a rock-hard steel to like a flabby pancake at the bottom. And then the front wing just grazing across the little dip in the manhole cover. Looks absolutely superb in super slow-mo. Blomquist into the last corner, past the stadium as they come through. What's he going to do then? A rookie for Blomquist, 29 years old, from Cambridge in England, United Kingdom, that's where I am right now. IMSA WeatherTech Championship GTP class, 27 starts he's had there, 19 wins. He was the IMSA WeatherTech champion in 2022. He's a 2-time Rolex 24-hour winner at Daytona. This is his first ever IndyCar. Of course, Formula E driver. Some success there, no race wins, but he's been very competitive in that series when he ran there about 3 years ago. So let's see. Definitely deserves to make his debut in the series. Definitely deserves to say, yep, I can be stand up and be counted, as we lose our driver tracker. As the, guess what? The screen is not working entirely well. It just keeps fading out again. Like, it's not the lead. I think it's because oh, it's done that thing again. Yeah, the laptop needs restarting. It's having a paddy once again. So let me just sort everything out before taking a look back to Twitch. I'll have to put that in here. Oh, we've got radio.
Gonna need to work on the pit in too.
Pit in, like it's all that little stuff, you know, reminding him, getting him to remember the muscle memory of where neutral is, what the procedure is to get neutral in this car. When do you do that on the way into the box? All these little things.
He's just trying to figure out which way the corners go, and then he comes to pit lane, and he's got all of about 1.5 seconds to figure out the neutral button, where I'm pulling into my pits. There's a sea of colors that he's not used to seeing on pit lane. There is so much to digest.
Muscle memory is exactly how he described it to me too. And think about that. You know, we talk so much about how competitive this series is, and then you throw somebody in that has never done this. I mean, that is a huge task to just to not only be competitive out on the racetrack, but just do everything, all the small things right that can make a difference between you finishing 10th or 20th. So this is a huge task, and he realizes it, but that was exactly the terminology he used and the things that he wanted to use to kind of get nailed down, was just the muscle memory thing.
Yeah, we've got that open now, so we can take another double look at it. He's back into the pit lane. He's first on the pit stop deck as well, is Blomquist in the 60th Pagenaud as a rookie. He's right at the back, so it's really hard to come through. Hello, Omi, who's watching on JB Motorsports 2. Actually, I'd just like to have I know Twitch, you've got some, 4 viewers in here right now. Thank you very much, and welcome to the party on our first day full streaming on Twitch from now on. I know that'll grow, but we're on JB Motorsports 2 live on YouTube, and I want to say thank you to everyone who's making the trip over as well, as I know recently we have been on the 1, now on the 2, but thank you to everybody watching today. It really does mean a lot, as it's such a tight pit in. That's going to cause some problems. No power steering in these Indy cars, and that is going to be Blomquist making a very tight entry call on Sunday. So they'll be practicing all different variations of that across the 2 practices that we get. Just a reminder, it's 2 practice sessions, one at 1 hour 15, one at 1 hour. But that second session, if we get a red flag, can overrun. The clock will stop and we'll start going again. Qualifying, that's going to be Group A and Group B, both 10 minutes long. Then we'll go from those sessions, we'll take the fastest 6, combine it together and have a fast 12 session, again, another 10 minutes. Then we'll have a Firestone fast 6, right at the end, 6 fastest drivers, all going for pole position. That will be a 6-minute shootout for the Firestone fast 6. Yeah, so that's what we're going to have tomorrow for qualifying. Sunday, they'll have a warm-up session. We'll be live, though, for the race. Going underway on 6:30 British Summer Time. Green flag at 6:45, so plenty of time for a quick build-up. Tomorrow's race day for Formula E as well. Myself and Megan in the comms box, we're looking forward to it. Betty, it's going to be a very great day. Formula E airing live across Twitch and JB Motorsports 2 with full uploads to the main JB Motorsports YouTube channel. IndyCar live on Twitch throughout the weekend. Practice and qualifying live on JB Motorsports 2. Race live on the main YouTube channel. That's how we're working it, because we don't get our ban finished until Sunday at 4 p.m. Fingers crossed. If not, then it'll be on JB Motorsports 2. We've already prepped for that. It's how it goes. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to getting this all sorted, and fingers crossed we might get it sorted by next week for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and then knowing we'll have it up and again. But hey, look, we'll just keep going, keep doing what we're doing. Most starts at IndyCar here in Toronto. Dixon, Power, Cash Evers, Hunter Ray, they've all had 16. Ray Hall's had 15. 11 for Newgarden. Wow, I'm getting old. Rossi's on 5. Herter, Rosenquist and Ericsson all on 2. But I am definitely getting old. But Newgarden's had 11 here, because I remember him making his debut in, what was it, 2013? Yeah, because we've had some double headers here, haven't we? It used to be 2 races for Toronto. Now they've just taken it back to a 1. As we look at not Ryan Hunter-Ray, but Romain Grosjean, who's had a, let's be face it, he's had a quite horrible time this season, hasn't he? Rumours going around that he's bye-bye in IndyCar. Silly season well underway. This is his weekend to perform. I think for Grosjean, he has to perform this weekend, otherwise he's gone. St. Petersburg 18th, 20th at Long Beach. I couldn't quite see what it was at Detroit, but I know he didn't do well. It's funny, I still think of Detroit as Belle Isle, not the city street course as well that we had this year. Let's have a look. Homie's put on JB Motorsports 2's YouTube. Thanks, YouTube, for the stupid strike for no reason. I agree. And they denied the counter notification as well, so that was... I have to go through copyright YouTube's email. And I won't get rid of that. That's probably a thing as well. That welding across one of the drain covers at turn 14 doesn't look too good there. I'm slightly worried. He also says, so happy to hear Alex Jason comments today. Yeah, he's at Goodwood Festival Speed along with Ben Edwards. Josh T says, I'm guessing you've heard about the BTCC silly season. Yes, Jade Edwards. She's left Team Hard and has gone back to One Motorsport, which I think is about the right thing to do. I'm hearing also that Jason Plato might be taking her place for the rest of the season. And then this has been a thing coming since Thruxton. So we'll keep an eye on that. There's a lot of focus here, as there is often in Toronto, about the track. And when I say that, I mean the track degradation, the actual physical tarmac coming away from the surface. Because there's a couple of bits that are going wrong.
Tradition or shape. Don't make up for braking early by softening sooner.
I would imagine it's difficult.
That's Benjamin Pedersen there, just being told where to brake and where to go. Yeah, big twitch actually coming out turn 7. I think with Jade, that's going to be good that she's moved teams. And I think coming back in as well to see Jason Plato, that would be even better. So as they fly down into the braking zone, we've got some times coming on the board, but this is Benjamin Pedersen Going to take a slide in the 55 car, just losing the rear. Snaps away mid-corner uphill, and it snaps at the exit as well when he turns into the turns left, car onto steers to the right as well, and it's vice versa everywhere. So, yeah, very dangerous part of the track. Into the braking zone. Sliding around, so it's Harvey on top. Jack Harvey's done a 1:03.512. Lundgaard second. Then Hunter Ray, Rosenquist, Armstrong top 5. We're riding with Graham Rahal in the United Rentals Work United car. Number 15 coming into the last 2 corners past the stadium. Listening, just edging over 80 miles an hour over that hole, but the driver's going to complain about that. Might get that fixed before tomorrow. There's a few, that last sector, where the start line is actually, it's a really horrible part of the track. There's so many potholes and literally just so little covers. I'm surprised we still race it, to be fair. It's a great track and all, but in parts it is so bad. So bad. Turn 1, a long sweeping hairpin. This is in Kinkert 2. 3 and 4 now in the braking zone. Hard on the brakes. Into 3. Uphill. Kinkert 4. Rotates back towards the stadium. 5 and 6. We're basically racing around a car park here as well. And the surrounding roads. Favourite part of the track now. Sweep out of 6. Down the back straight. Kinkert 7. Open up the engine. Hard brake into 8. Down, second gear out of the 6. Past the stadium, 9 and 10. This is where the danger zone is. Pit lane entrance is so dangerous. A lot of manhole covers. Bumps up in the air for Rahal as well. No power steering. If he hits it wrong, then this wheel's going to come out of his hand. He's having to grip it so tight as well. Cross the line out of 11. And where does Graham Rahal go? Up into... No, stays 8th. Okay. 103.8571. Thought there might have been a slight difference of opinions, but sadly not. As they come through, Harvey set a new personal best, 103.450, but it's Felix Rosenquist who has topped the timesheets here, 103.2826 with 42 to go. Will Powell just ahead there. Will Power, that's Powell. That's because Josh Teese put Powell has gone. Jade to One Motorsport. Darrell Dillon replaces Jade at Team Hard. The first Philippines driver of BTCC. Oh, it's Darrell de Jong. Oh, okay. I was thinking we were going to have Jason Plato, but okay. First Philippine drivers in the series. That's even cool. I'm just hearing... Where's Lee Diffie? Is Lee Diffie doing something? Because in my ears, I'm hearing more of Kevin Lee up in the commentary box. So that'll be interesting. Of course, IndyCar this weekend is exclusively live on Peacock, so our watch-alongs here on Twitch and YouTube are the place to be. So watch it all, and with our driver tracker timing, it's all going to be well. Hopefully TweetDeck's better by the end of the week, otherwise this is literally going to be an interesting way to take things through. What's happened to our timing tower? Has anyone else noticed that? Honestly, you try and get things sorted, and it just dies on you. What's going on? Look at it. It's all over the place. Honestly, you try and just have a little bit of a good thing. You try and get it all sorted, and the timing tower just basically goes, I'm sorry, but the number you've dialed doesn't exist. Please try again when we actually care. There we go. Look at the cars at the moment. A lot of drivers now. There's the 29 coming through as well. That's the top of the board for Devlin Di Francesco. Still on 103.116. So Devlin goes to the top of the board, looking even better. Amy says, Josh, did you enjoy hearing Ben Edwards on the highlights this week? I did. I really did, actually. I like how Ben's been immortalised like that on the F1 YouTube. It's about time that they did that. I think Ben's atmosphere in the commentary box for F1 last week was brilliant. Top dollar. Carl Kirkwood to the top. 103.0023. On board with him now. And Colton Herter 1:02.6976 takes it to 62 seconds. Remarkably good time for Colton. Carl's backed out of it. 15th as MP1, of course, Long Beach. 6th in Detroit. But Carl Kirkwood famously winning the streets of Long Beach. Not half bad. Not half bad at all. A very good race. Extremely good, actually. Hurt is still on the top. Now 1:02.698. So taking that time down more. Carl Kirkwood just brushing the barriers. Through 9 and 10, taking the exit of 11. Kirkwood flying right now. Up into 4th. Hartler breaks through 1. Takes the Lotta curb. I've got a do you know, already in practice, I'm seeing Carl Kirkwood do well here. This is free practice 1, of course. Practice 2 taking part tomorrow. Listen to the engine sing. It's brilliant. Whoa, that's out of 3 uphill into 4. The rear of the car stepping out. Kirkwood's flying it around. Now listen to its rise. Out of 6. Kick at 7. Down, down, down. 2nd gear. Was in 6th. Down to 2nd. And he's boxed. But Kirkwood across the control line to box goes top. 1:02.3383. Because, of course, the control line's just before pit entry here for the fast times. The start finish line will take over that duty in the race on Sunday. So let's take a look at the replay then. This is how close he got it to the wall. Coming out at 11, a lot of apex speed. Turns it in, hits the bump with the left wheel, and it just understeers him and bounces across and almost grazes the inside wall. Very strong. Let's go down pit road.
Right here.
But you just think when you're in between these 2 concrete walls, you need to be so precise with your inputs, but it just doesn't let you. I mean, you're having to sort of guess. You're guesstimating where the car's going to go, and what's going to happen is you're frequently adjusting the steering angle.
Each of the Andretti drivers I spoke to came in with a lot of exuberance about being here because the street course package has been so good, but Colton Herta was very honest. Sometimes when you haven't had the result you wanted, he's been on pole the last 2 weekends and hasn't been able to convert. You'll hear things like, we just need a clean weekend, we need no mistakes. Colton said, no, I need to win. I need to win, and I need to win right now.
Plus 5 laps of the push.
I don't understand. There's no radio for me. It's just static. Copy.
Okay, so Herta said there's no radio and was a bit struggling there. I can see that. I can see that. He's going to start pushing as much as he can, but he's 2nd fastest at the moment at 1:02.4045. My voice, by the way. Your throat, it's a bit like, you know, like when you know you need some sort of like ice cream just to cool it down right at the back. That's what I need right now. Has Herta done the same thing here as Kirkwood? It's that manhole cover with the left-hand side wheel, and it bounces the right towards the wall, the entrance on the inside line at turn 12. An amazing sort of flicking bounce. That could catch somebody out in the race on Sunday. I'm almost convinced. Now, normally, IndyCar Radio are taking you through the practice sessions, and I just sit back, take a look, but I'm actually enjoying being in the commentary box for these sessions because I'm spotting a lot more. Herta doesn't go to our Dixon. Number 9, Scott Dixon has taken the top dollar, 1:02.2594. So he has gone 79 thousandths of a second faster than Kyle Kirkwood. Mega improvement. Of course, he had 16 starts, average position of 4th here as Herta comes into the pit lane. And this is him previously. This is Scott Dixon, of course, from New Zealand. Last year versus Colton Herta to turn 1. Herta pursued him throughout the entire race, but nobody could stop Scott Dixon. He's a 4-time Toronto winner, which makes you think, how many other bad races has he had here across 16 starts that his average finishing position is 4th, despite winning here 4 times? Well, Toronto can either be very kind to Dixon or very aggressive to Dixon. That's pretty much how I always like to view it. As they fly back into the pit lane then. I feel like we should do a quick through the field, shouldn't we? So let's go to button 9 and do it, because the session's been getting very entertaining. Alex Palou goes to the top with a 102.255. So it's Palou, Dixon, Kirkwood, Herta, Award. Then we get into there with Rossi, Ericsson, Newgarden, Power, Rahal is the top 10. Lundgaard, Eilert, Harvey, Devlin DiFrancesco, Rosenquist, McLaughlin down 16th. He's having a bad weekend. Grosjean to 2 in 17th. Castroneves, Malukas, Armstrong, Agustin Canapino. Knows a lot of fans for Agustin Canapino. We had that during our IndyCar 500 watch along, the Indy 500. Then we get Ryan Hunter-Ray 22nd, Vince Vickers 23rd, Tom Blomqvist down 24th, but he's beating Stingray Robin 25th, Benjamin Pedersen 25th, Santino Ferrucci down in 27th place. So the AJ Foyt cars not having the best of weekends as the moment stands, but looking quite good. Josh, did you, should have been last season. I'm enjoying some J2O right now, Suzume. Nice. I was at Costa earlier on. I got one of those Feel Good Fridays from Vodafone, so I had a latte, as George Russell would as well, so it was in as well, so I had a latte, and I got some Belgium Strootwaffels, or Dutch Strootwaffels. They're sort of the both, aren't they? Belgium and Dutch waffles. Either way, got them and very much enjoyed them with caramel in the centre. We'll be having some of those on the stream for the Dutch Grand Prix and the Belgian Grand Prix up in the box. So join us for that on Twitch and on the main JB Motorsports YouTube channel when we get round to it. For those of you on JB Motorsports 2 watching live, by the way, do check out the highlights that Omi has created from the British Grand Prix. We'll be doing that for the rest of the season. Also, I must say, check out the Silverstone Chronicles, which is like a little relaxed show that Omi does with all the team, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And if you want to see how I commentate on all the series, there's a Cockbox tour as well. Right, let's take a look then. Again, that bump at turn 9 and 10 causing a lot of issues. That is the second car I've seen take a fly. This time, it's Christian Lundgaard in the 45 who hits that bump straight on, and the whole car bounces up in the air and slams back down on the floor. Also, the Porsche Supercar highlights time, which is actually very easy because not too much happened. Yes, so after this, the Porsche Super Cup highlights will be on as well. Actually, I suppose that we could do the other two as well, and then you got the whole season. I'm working on the JB Motorsports 2 channel to get it all synced up, so don't worry. Let's have a look here. Lundgaard jumping over the curb. Let's listen to what the boys are saying.
He cranks his elbow, I think. Just
what happened on the landing? It was like a double bounce, and the second one just seemed really harsh on the steering kickback.
Dylan, go ahead.
Well, his teammate, Graham Rahal, who has been out there making a few laps and has fallen down to 11th on the leaderboard, had some comments about those bumps as well. Take a listen.
I'm trapped here, so nothing I can do.
Yeah, we see it. No worries.
Just ridiculously bumpy. Stupid.
Yeah, copy.
That's interesting. The drivers were having the same issues last year.
To drivers like Graham, and neither one of you can answer this, but you're also still on the taller side of drivers at 5'11"-ish. Is it more challenging for someone like Graham that's 6'2", are his knees and elbows getting banged around even more than a driver that's 5'8"?
Definitely.
I can make a counterpoint to that, though, that if you're smaller, if you're Santino Ferrucci or Tom Blomqvist or some of these smaller frame drivers,
Devlin,
the bull weighs the same, and having some muscle to be able to hang on to the steering wheel, I think, can be an advantage on a street circuit. So I look at guys like Alexander Rossi, who's P1 right now, Scott Dixon, Joseph Newgarden, a beast in the cockpit, Graham Rahal. They're big, they're strong. They do well in difficult situations like this because they can just sort of muscle their way through it sometimes. So, you know, you can see both sides of it. You're probably going to come out a lot more bruised, but you might be able to just hang on.
For sure.
Not just for the 8 seconds, but in this case, 85 laps.
It's going to be a long race this weekend. You can just feel it for these guys. It's going to be so hard. And this is now, that's Kirkwood we're looking at, but one of the McLarens just pushing the wall. The exit turn 12 there. It's Felix Rosenquist. Just the exit of turn 11. Is he going to hit the bump? No, he tries to avoid the bumps, takes a wide line in and just sort of scrapes the wall on the exit. This is just a little graze across the line there. Nothing too much of trouble, which I suppose is fair enough. Carl Kirkwood, 102.214, but Alexander Rossi, who has just scraped the wall, not Felix Rosenquist. I take that back to Felix. I apologise. It was Alexander Rossi who scraped the wall coming out of that last corner. So 102.0383. Rossi has taken top honours here in the first practice session for the Honda Indy Toronto. Back in Canada as well. I never get why this race isn't back-to-back to Detroit, to be fair. Because we've had Road America and Mid-Ohio in between. Because we're in Detroit, which is literally the border between America and Canada, right next to each other. Literally, we went across the river, and there's Canada. So I don't get why Toronto wasn't there. Dylan Welch.
Team or the team related a little bit ago.
So yeah, tighter into 10, definitely not better. Centering over that sewer, it doesn't look better right now. It's horrendous. So just hold the apex longer in 9. Get as close to the wall as you can because there's not much grip a foot off of it.
So they were talking too about trail braking, and it's been interesting. You know, we see the hands and how physical and how violent it is. But you can drive these cars with the pedals. You have to drive the cars with the pedals, obviously, but that can change the balance, how you apply brake pressure, when you apply brake pressure. So they're not just using their hands. Their feet are helping them get around this racetrack too.
Thank you, Dylan. So everyone's going to have their bruises out come Monday. I'm seriously happy I'm standing in the commentary box right now and I'm not out there on the track. That would be killer. Absolutely killer, wouldn't it? This track looks the bumpiest of the year, and we've just had a complete failure. Didn't even try to hide it, did it, that time, IndyCar? Just straight, no, iPad, bye-bye. So we'll get that back up soon. Now we're watching the 21 of Venus VK. Where's he on the timing board? 23rd. Right at the bottom. Going to continue to push out of the last corner. Does he improve? No, but he's now starting a lap time, so this might be slight more improvement than what we've seen in the past. A lot of entry speed through 1. Sort of backs back on, of course, to 2. Cars drifting away. Someone's already been in that tyre barrier this weekend, but I don't think we've had the... I don't think we've got Indy NXT here this weekend, so I think this is the only one. Josh T and Amy, I know you're in the chat, obviously, hello. But just take a look. I don't think we've got Indy NXT here this weekend, have we? Is it Mazda's MX-5 Championship? As Alex Palou in a bright blue and channel colours, actually. He's in the channel colours of YouTube, our YouTube. He's in our brand colours. The blue and the yellow. He's in our brand coloured car. 2 poles, 4 wins, average finishing position of 3rd in this season. No DNFs, but he's in a blue and yellow car. He's in the brand. Hey, right, okay. It's literally the same colour as our commentary brand of JP Motorsports. That's insane. Yeah. Amy says, after not doing PSGL, I have too much energy right now that I'm shouting random phrases. I've been doing that. I've had a week off from everything as well. Drivers have won 4 race wins in a go. Of course, he could do that this weekend. Jimmy Bryan, 1954. Mario Andretti, 1967. Bobby Unser. Trying to get my tongue tied there. 1968. Al Unser Jr., 1990. Alex Zanardi, of course, in 1998. Keep fighting, Alex. Cristiano Di Matta in 2002, when he was linked up as well with Formula 1. And Sebastian Bourdais in 2006. Bobby Unser doing it, though, was better, in my opinion, in 1968, as Mario Andretti in 67. Jimmy Bryan doing it, I forgot about it actually. But Alex Palou 1-3 at the moment. So he could join Bourdais, DeMatteis, Zanardi, Unser, Andretti and Bryan as well in joining that little list. So was it 7 names I've just talked off there? That could be something if Alex Palou. Can he win 4 in a row? 1 Road America. 1 in, well, yeah, 1, what is it, Detroit? 1 Mid-Ohio, 1 Road America. Yeah, so I probably missed a race in there. Detroit to Road America to Mid-Ohio since the 500. That was June, wasn't it? Now we're into the July. Can't believe the season ends soon as well. August is going to be fun. I am looking forward to August. I hope you are too. Because Nashville. Clear your evening of that one. It's going to be absolutely insane. Also, I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Me and Matthew Owens, who, of course, you know Matthew. He runs USRN if you're new here. We've had a conversation, and I'm looking into the possibility. It's only a possibility of NASCAR next year. Like, we would stream all the NASCAR races like how we do right now with IndyCar and everything else. Now, how that would work is some of the races JB Motorsports would cover on weekends whether we can with the team. And on some weekends, USRN would take the coverage or with their commentary with some timing screens. That's how we're thinking about running it next year. So then we get to stream NASCAR as well, which I think is a win-win. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the possibility of that's going to run. Because now we've got the multi-stream as well. It opens up a lot of possibilities to what we can do. And maybe we even team up on some of them, like how we did at Indy 500's qualifying this year. And last year. So yeah. I've just got a feeling that Josh T's ears have pricked up watching the stream right now and has gone, oh, NASCAR. I bet I'm right. If I take a look at the Twitch chat right now. Oh no. 22 minutes to go then. So the car's just once again in their cycle. It's Kyle Kirkwood, fastest at the moment. From Rossi, Grosjean, Palou, Dixon, Rosenquist. No, I'm wrong. Ericsson jumps to 6th. 102.3356. This is Alex Palou, 4th at the moment. Doesn't improve. Last lap time for Palou, look at my timing screen, was a 105.254. His fastest is 102.255. So at the moment there is a few changes for Palou. He's just out there going, well, what tire is he on? Primaries. Everyone's on primaries. Okay. I withdraw my statement. Everybody's out there on primary tyres right now. Literally, my timing screen, I can't even read it with glasses on. It's on a tiny monitor. And it's just out of vision. I need to redo this commentary box, I really do, in terms of where the monitors and positioning are. Just about to see the driver tracker. As the field of play continues on, I feel like I'm calling the news here. On board with Callum Ilott. Into turns 5, then round at 6. Before the opening up of the engine. So right, oh, hang on, what are we seeing now? Alex Palou, the Spanish driver, what's he up to? I'm ready to scream at Vegas next week at PSDL, I know. Oh, this is Palou. Has he touched the wall? Palou's, where was that? What, is that last year? I was going to say. I don't remember Palou hitting the wall in this section. That was last year he hit the wall in practice. Then in qualifying last year, yes, I remember this. When we did the highlights, Palou stopped on the track and caused the red flag and really annoyed me actually because I had somewhere to be. So he delayed us. I remember that actually. When we did the qualifying highlights, now we just do everything live. Which sometimes is good, sometimes bad. And the reason I say sometimes good, sometimes bad is because you get the risk of copyrights. Which is so unfair because what do we do? It's literally me standing in front of a timing screen. I mean, come on. Still, it'll be fine. Palou's coming to the pit lane after going 4th fastest again, replacing Ericsson, 102.0817. And he's had a lock up into turn 3 with the inside front right tyre, has Palou. Still managed to make the apex. That car has insane grip. The Chip Ganassi Racing is brilliant. Chip Ganassi is going to be absolutely like buzzing with this. Absolutely buzzing. It's just such a nicely inward car. It's brilliant. Kirkwood top as they check with the mirrors that look like golf clubs whether or not there's anything wrong with the car. Got to make sure everything's safe and okay. Fire extinguishers at the ready. In case something gets too hot and suddenly overheats. We've had that several times. As Power comes across, where is he at the moment on the time screen? Down in 16th place is Will Power, so he's massively out of sync. We'll find some better time, I know. 16 starts here, averaging finishing position of 11.8. Average starting position here at Toronto is 6th. No, yes, 6th. Oh, sliding out of 3 up the hill to 4 and drifting around 5. Power looking mighty. Continuing on the accelerators. I'm liking this. This is a quick lap here. What's the first sector time for Power? 25.4, 17.1. This is good. And Power jumps up the board into 13th place. Dylan Welsh.
Controlling the race. If you're just fast, and he kind of referenced a one-lap speed in that example of just if you have the one-lap speed and you can be fast, you get out front. Clean air is so important here just to maximize lap time that you can make up for it. So that seems obvious, right? But it's more complex than that because they haven't maybe had the speed outright at some of these racetracks that they wanted to. So that's certainly a focus, and I think that that impacts their qualifying. It has impacted qualifying this year. So if you're fast, even on a street course as twisty and tight as this is, it all makes a difference here.
I don't know if you noticed Newgarden on that last lap in 8, 9, 10, avoiding just about every manhole cover and bump. It looked as smooth as anybody I've seen.
That's funny because I did actually spot that. Power was just going, let's go back on the camera. He was going like, pothole here, he goes here. Pothole here, he goes there. Like he's zigzagging out of the way, just completely out of kilter. Did it work for him? No, stays 13th. So he's exploring the limits of the track right now with 17.5 minutes to go. Well, 17 minutes to go into the pit box. This is it. In the braking zone for Power. Pedersen's just ahead of him. And this is down into turn 9. Power hits the deck. Oh, got close to the tyre wall and across the alternate start-finish line. Nearly went straight into the barrier. So Power taking literally no excursions. It's a street track. You are literally forced to stay as powerful as it can possibly be. And he's just going, yeah, fine, whatever. I'll stay. I'll be good. I'll stay powerful. Boy, oh boy, are we in for a good race on Sunday. I'm really hoping it's going to lift the spirits of everybody. Although we've got to do the commentary with a copyright strike still there. So that's now just basically going to be me panicking throughout the entire thing. I'm not panicked right now because we're on Twitch and Jamie Motorsports 2, so it's fine. But Dixon sliding out of turn 9 as well, doing exactly the same as Power, almost ending up in the alternate tiring line wall. And the entrance to the pit lane. How did that get sanctioned, that pit lane? The new side a couple of years ago. It's so dangerous. Literally, on the racing line, there's just a massive panel straight down. How did that get sanctioned? I'm amazed. Like in Indianapolis in the 500, we've seen big accidents in that pit entry before, even a couple of years ago during COVID, and we haven't had one there. Seems a bit odd to me. Oh, Marcus Ericsson, you heard that on the stream as well. Hit that manhole cover coming out of turn 9, and black smoke erupted from behind that car. Where is Ericsson right now? Actually, where is Ericsson right now? He's 5th fastest, and Palou's on the alternative tyre now. Ericsson 5th for Chip Ganassi Racing. He's done 17 laps in this session, so they're getting their workouts here, which I think is probably the best thing. They need to do it. Sorting my neck out. A lot of tension in it as well. Sometimes it just needs a bit of a crack. Because I'm always standing up and I never really move my neck, so the fluid sort of builds up right in the back. And it's, oh. Lundgaard! Christian, look, did you see that? The timing time. Lundgaard shot up from around about 15th to the fastest. 101.6.996. Remarkable from the 45. Rahal now jumps up to 15th place as well. Oh, super job from Lundgaard. Absolutely brilliant stuff as we see Toronto in all its glory. Also our track front. Oh, big, huge lock-up. Agustin Canapino into turn 3, almost hitting the wall. Just about getting it stopped. Oh, and they're blocking Lundgaard. That's not the way to make friends, Agustin. But Canapino gets out of the way now. Does he? No, he doesn't. He shut the door again on Lundgaard. And Lundgaard shut the door. So let's take a look at it. So, hits the brakes. Loads of black brake dust comes out on the left-hand side tyre. Sorry, right-hand side tyre. Left-hand side of I'm looking at it in the comments box. Goes straight on, almost in the escape road at turn 3, but just gets it in. And then he's going to cut right back across the track in the path of current fastest driver Christian Lundgaard. That's a very cheeky thing to do. Agustin Canapino there, the rookie, 103.1604, 17 laps completed in this session, and he is, as I said, down in 22nd place, as Ryan Hunter-Ray has gone up there. This is Pato O'Ward. He's 4th fastest at the moment. Pallot's gone to the top, 101.323. And O'Ward, currently 4th fastest, over the bumps, into turn 9, across the alternative timeline. Does O'Ward improve? No. Stays 5 for McLaren's 5. So sadly not improving. He'll find something soon. Now they plug it in. Car switches off. Get that with that brake dust. Get some hoovers in there. Get some air into the driver. Nice little blowout as well with these massive fans. So Palou, Lundgaard, Kirkwood, Rossi, O'Ward, the top 5. Ericsson, Grosjean, Dixon, Newgarden, Rosencrest top 10. Herta, McLaughlin, Armstrong, Power. Let's take a look at the Colton Herta actually. Just talking about him. This was back at Mid-Ohio on the 2nd of July, coming into the pit lane. Had a really good opportunity to do well, but a botched pit stop and speeding in the pit lane cost him. Had to go through a drive-through penalty and lost the race. That's how easy it can just disappear in IndyCar. Now we're watching him now. He's 11th fastest, Colton Herta. And continuing. He's on the primary compound tyre at the moment. Only Palou and Lundgaard have switched the alternate. Now Harvey has, actually. But in terms of fastest time, Palou and Lundgaard have done it on that time. Herta brakes. Oh, by the way, just because I'm not with PSGL this season doesn't mean I'm not going to stop going on about this amazing GTO Mega Cheer, by the way. And I will be back with them next season. Just taking a break as we get everything else sorted. Just listening to Herta coming out of 6. Let's listen up to 7. Down from 6th gear to 2nd. A lot of control. So let's listen to the bump. And such as the car, you can hear it sort of revving. He's doing it again up through 11. So car's not entirely smooth, as this is a new lap for Colton Herta. Into 1. Yeah, a lot of control. Problem is with the alternate start-finish line is for the practice and qualifying sessions that you've got to carry the speed at the exit of turn 9 and through the small middle sections at 10 and 11. Then you've got to go through the start straight and then get it right into turn 1 and 2. It's a very complicated start to the lap, and that's where you lose a lot of time as well, is how early you can commit to that first lap time, how early you can just start pushing for it. Herta again, sliding out of 6. This is through 7 again. 4th gear, 5th gear. Then back on the brakes down to second. Didn't even make it to 6th. I don't think 6th gear's ever used at this track. He's back into the pit lane now. To stage 12th, not managed to improve on those primaries. Now I think it's the time for the alternative tyre to come through and have a little bit of a shine and to see, all right, if I can do it, if I can improve, I'll try it now. This is, is that Augustin Canapino? No, it's Callum Ilott getting through on Venus VK and jumping the queue. Then Ilott blocking VK as he starts a fast lap. And Ilott came into the pit lane. Oh, you absolute, what are you doing, Callum Ilott? What are you doing? He overtook VK, he jumped the queue, but this is on board with him now. So, VK brakes in the middle of the straight to prep for a lap. Is Ilott on a lap? Oh, I'm not sure what happened there.
I think maybe he was trying to get out of the way, but that's not a great spot. It certainly came.
So, Ilott was on a lap. VK brake tested him in the middle of the corner. So, Ilott overtakes him, ruins VK's start to the next lap, then boxes. Yeah, I'm staying with what I said. Ilott, what are you doing? And VK, what were you doing? That's a complete miscommunication from the two of them, and Ilott responded very childishly. It's practice, it's not qualifying. You were probably on an in-lap anyway. And you didn't improve anything, either. You were down in all the sector times, so that's a childish reaction there from Callum Ilott. I expect better from a GP2 race winner and a GP3 champion. Did Ilott ever win Formula 2? I think he did, didn't he, Callum Ilott? Do you know, I can't quite remember. Well, we'll find out. I'm sure someone will tell me in the chat. Here's the 30. Squeezing through once again. So this is going to take a lot of time now for the next couple of minutes of this session. Just having a look. It's Jack Carver on the screen, by the way, if you're wondering why I said number 30. Seeing who's on alternative tyres. Everybody. Look, let's take a look at this delta time on the full. Look, the red O's on tyres. That is alternative tyres. Everybody is on alternative tyres. Everybody. So this is now the do or die laps we were expecting here in Toronto for the end of the first session. Who's faster? Who's not? Practice 2 tomorrow. The final hour for qualifying. You'll get to run again, but this is similar temperatures to what we'll have for the race on Sunday and for qualifying tomorrow, so it's an incredibly crucial practice. The drivers just all get launched into it. That's why it's an hour and 15 minutes. Tomorrow's practice 2 is an hour. Could run further, could run shorter, it depends on red flags. And then, of course, qualifying. That's usually around about 45 minutes to an hour. The race on Sunday, though, 80 laps. It's going to be a lot of preparation. Yeah, Ilott has won. I think, remember commentating him winning, and the only thing I did for fun was F1, F2, and F3. Most likely, yes. Yeah, thank you, Omi. Longard's up to 3rd. Rahal to 4th. Kirkwood Palou still 1-2, though. Let me look at best and last lap times. Kyle Kirkwood! 101, 123, 7. Very good lap time there from Kyle Kirkwood. Alex Palou is 2nd. With 6 minutes to go with this session. That's cool. Honestly, on the back of Cash Nevis' car. Cash Nevis 8, by the way. Haven't seen those before in IndyCar. Brake covers, so like the wheel covers, but as fans. That's clever. So it's an oval disc, but with a fan on the exit, so it's circulating the air into the brake discs and cooling the brakes. That's clever! Lundgaard giving us all a heart attack coming out of turn 9. We're just stepping out, and he managed to save it expertly. Dixon goes 2nd. Ilott goes 4th on a faster time. So they are changing it up as what I expected them to see in this session. Oh, blimey. Talk about a heart-stopping moment. Newgarden gets himself back on track. He goes 4th, 101.3779. Power, 15th, beats Ryan Hunter-Ray. on the cut-off page as well. This is, of course, the first practice session for the Indy Toronto GP. Practice and qualifying here on JB Motorsports 2. Main race on Sunday will be on JB Motorsports, so the first channel. Live throughout the weekend on Twitch, on everything. So if you're watching there, you don't have to do anything. Multi-streaming from now on. Oh, and Lundgaard's fast lap has been absolutely ambushed by cars coming into the pit lane. And this is the big save from Lundgaard coming out of the last corner. Opposite lock, heading towards the wall. And just a snap correction. Gives a thumbs up as well. So I wasn't dreaming, so it was Omi, yeah. He wasn't dreaming. Just double checked. He's won, yep, a few times. Good. Can't remember if Philos won the championship, that was the thing that I couldn't remember correctly. This is Newgarden. In Power's livery. Oh, that's not going to get confusing throughout the weekend, is it? First time we've seen Newgarden on the TV pictures this weekend. He's literally black front, red back. That's Power's livery. That's not going to get confusing. And they're both, Power runs 12, Newgarden runs 2. That's not going to get confusing at all up in the commentary box. Brilliant. Mick won it in 2020. Thank you. Omi. Grosjean to the top. 1 minute, 8.575. Herta second. 1 minute, 0.9135. Our first 60-second lap times here at Toronto. They could go down to 59 seconds, of course, on qualifying day. The alternative tyre will be pushing into the max. What can we get here? Newgarden out of the last corner, crosses the line. Stays 7th. Grosjean, Herta, Kirkwood, Power, Dixon, top 5. Correction. Grosjean, Herta, Rossi, Kirkwood, Power, top 5. Rossi sneaking back up there. Rosenquist, second. 1 minute, 8.607. Literally 0.003 of a second the difference, and straight on to turn 3, I believe, went Callum Ilott. Yes, no, it's Agustin Canapino. It's the other one, his teammate. This is how he did it. And this is one of the McLarens through turn 1, and he's getting blocked now by, who is that? Can't quite tell on the front. VK. Oh, now VK's blocking again. And VK's blocking again. Oh, and Canapino's blocking on the middle of the line. What? Same McLaren getting blocked. Pato O'Ward. Pato now getting blocked. So it was Rossi before getting blocked by VK. Now O'Ward's been blocked by Agustin Canapino coming to the stadium sector. This is, I know it's a tight track and all, but this is getting a little bit silly. You know it's getting silly when I'm saying it's getting silly. Oh, and a touch the wall for Rossi for the second time today. This time on the rear left of the car, coming out at that alternative start line that I mentioned earlier on, would have the accident zone. Oh, just a touch. Slight kiss. Omi thinks that Vesti's going to win it this year in Formula 2. I think you're right. I think Vesti's got a decent shout to win it. Grosjean, Rosenquist, Herta, top 3. Rossi, Kirkwood, Newgarden, Power, Dixon, Palou, Ericsson, the top 10. Last 60 seconds then of this opening practice session for round 10 of the season. The Honda Indy Toronto on board with Blomquist. He's 26th at the moment. Not last, but no, actually he might be last. No, he's 27, so second to last. Who is last? Santino Ferrucci. Are we surprised? I'm not. Santino Ferrucci has about as much talent in IndyCar or any racing car actually as Nikita Mazepin does. Anyway, Kirkwood 1 minute 0.8075 goes fastest. Sorry, I know I'm harsh, but it's hard to forgive Santino at some point. Kirkwood goes to the top. Ericsson goes 5th. And Blomquist looking good. Checker flag will be out soon then, and the session will come to a close. A satisfying hour and 15 minutes of running then here. Mighty good session. Flags out. Green to checkered. The session concludes. And Blomquist on a lap time. Carl Kirkwood looks to end this fastest overall. We'll keep this open to see if he does indeed take that challenge, and that mantle has been given to him at the moment. Timing towers are changing a little bit. Carl Kirkwood, well, everyone 2 to 7 in the pits. So yeah, I think that's about it really. No one else going to be having much. Checker flags out. That's a brave marshal putting their hand out at that part of the track with the checker flag. I would have done it on the opposite side of the circuit personally. Safest. And McLaughlin goes 5th. McLaughlin manages to steal a place on Ericsson at the line. Very impressively done. As everyone's practiced the pit stops coming in, so has the 60 of Tom Blomquist. Nicely done. So I'm not seeing many issues on the board. So it looks like everything has come to the checkered flag moment, and everybody else has now finished their lap times. They have indeed. Practice has fully come to a close here for the Honda Indy Toronto first session. Very interesting day ahead of us tomorrow with second practice and qualifying. Race on Sunday. Brilliant session, I think, from Blomquist to get in there. Here's your session results then. Carl Kirkwood tops it. Second position for Romain Grosjean. Felix Rosenquist is 3rd. Colton Hertz 4th. Scott McLaughlin is 5th. Marcus Ericsson takes 6th. 7th for Alexander Rossi. 8th, Pato O'Ward. 9th for Joseph Newgarden. 10th for Will Power. Scott Dixon is 11th. Alex Below 12th. Callum Ilott 13th. Helio Cashier is 14th. David Malukas 15th. Graham Rahal takes up as well in 16th position. Christian Longard is 17th. Ryan Hatteray 18th. Devlin Di Francesco 19th. And Agustin Canapino taking in 20th. 21st for Jack Harvey. 22nd, Marcus Armstrong. 23rd, Venus Freeke. 24th, Stewie Robb. 25th, Benjamin Pedersen. 26th, Tom Blomqvist. And 27th for Santino Ferrucci. Not a bad session, actually, that overall. Okay, so we will be back on JB Motorsports 2 for all the action tomorrow for Formula E. Formula E is live on JB Motorsports 2 with uploads to JB Motorsports' main YouTube channel after. On Twitch, if you are watching live throughout the weekend for every series, so just stay where you are. And also, if you're watching this on catch-up on the main YouTube channel, practice and qualifying is live on JB Motorsports 2. The main race live on YouTube as well as Twitch. It's going to get simpler when I can just say in the next few days, live on YouTube and Twitch. That's it. So we'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:05 British summertime for Formula E's second practice session. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We'll see you then. But right now, Carl Kirkwood tops the session here at practice 1 for the Toronto Grand Prix. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.